I also cried sometimes in my journey when I made good money. Still I cried because I started doubting myself. But one of my coach helped me this: you have to be ready. No coach will give you the learning that you learn by doing the more mistakes.
Welcome to one more awesome episode of the Achievers Club podcast show. And today we had Sagar Sangam Sahu on our podcast show in the form of guest. And today we had discussed about a lot of things about marketing and sales, on how trainers and coaches can implement all those things. And not just that, but we have also discussed about discipline part, consistency, and not just that, but more of like even more important than that, we have discussed about what should be an ideal mindset for not just trainers and coaches, but for anybody in order to succeed in every other aspect of life. So make sure you watch this particular podcast till the end. And even if you feel that you are not a trainer or a coach, or you don't need to learn about marketing and sales at the current scenario, but please do make sure you just watch this particular podcast, and you can just dive deep into some of the other important points. Like we have also discussed about discipline part, we have also discussed about mindset and many more things. So you can just shift back to that particular point as well. And if you just love watching our podcast, then make sure you watch this particular podcast from the beginning till the end, so that you can get maximum value and you can also understand about his own journey. And let's begin with this particular podcast. Sagar sir, thank you so much for being on our podcast show. First of all, welcome to the Achievers Club podcast show. How are you doing nowadays?
I'm doing awesome. How about you?
I'm also doing good, and it's an honor for me to have you on our podcast show. And first of all, for the very new audience, this is the very general question which we do ask to every single guest: is that who is Sagar Sangam Sahu, for the very new audience, so that they can understand that what is the overall value which they are gonna get for next 30 to 40 minutes.
Sure, definitely.
So can you describe more about who you are, and like what was your past career and what are you currently doing, so that we can dive deep into it?
Sure. So basically, I started around 2019, last year. Like it is a very early stage of I was into online marketing.
Mm-hmm.
But when I realized that with job I can't do much, I'm not able to give my best potential.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I met Siddharth in one event, specifically all the Success Gyan trainers.
Yes.
And that day, I realized that I need to work on these skills, digital marketing skills. So I started exploring how to make money. Then lot of people started saying, you need time to actually grow your following or subscribers. And I thought it is too much to do. I can't actually grow specifically in the next 2 years. मुझे अभी अभी result चाहिए. So I
Mm-hmm.
started exploring which is the fastest method to make money. I said like, okay, you don't have to create a product. Maybe you can sell somebody else's product and make commission out of it.
Yes.
So I sold $100 product, and somehow within 15 days of starting my journey, I got a $100 sale. Like I
That's
said,
right.
wow, this is working. So then I started thinking like, okay, how I can learn more about this organic marketing, because I didn't have more, I didn't have that, you can say, nobody there was to teaching this organic marketing. Everyone was talking about paid ads, paid ads, paid ads. But
Yes.
I learned it really hard way by doing by myself. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
paid somebody $200 to learn that skill just for a phone call. There is a Zoom call for a 1 2 hour, no course, nothing. So I
Mm-hmm.
think, okay, how I can actually do it. Then I started exploring more about it. I started learning by myself. I started doing Facebook Live. Then
Mm-hmm.
I took a mentor. I think it was around September, October. No.
Mm-hmm.
It is just Black Friday. September, I started learning from like for free. Then I
Uh-huh.
realized that there are a lot of growth is happening. Then I
Mm-hmm.
started taking mentorship, and that's where I realized the potential of organic marketing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just promoting affiliate products. I made good money, 15, 20 lakhs. So just from that, then I realized I need to build an ecosystem, which Siddharth always talk about. Till
Yes.
that point of time, I did not join Siddharth. I was
Mm-hmm.
just attending his free calls, free webinars,
Uh-huh.
not actually joining him. 2021 May, I joined ILA, that I joined Siddharth. Where exactly the turnaround happens, where Siddharth mentioned that you need to build ecosystem, you need to build your own product to actually grow fast. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
launched my coaching program where I help people to grow their organic marketing as well as sales conversion. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
how they can convert more people to sales. That is something I'm currently working on.
That's good. And as you mentioned about your introduction as well, and right now you're focusing more on trainers and coaches. So
Trainers and coaches.
what inspired you to just specifically go for trainers and coaches?
I believe they are the real impact makers. Okay, they are
Mm-hmm.
making difference in people's lives. So that's the reason I started doing it, because I tried to help other people, but what I feel more comfortable and more passionate about helping people is because those who are creating, because impact is one of my core value.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I see these are the people who are creating impact. So if I can help them in their business, so they
Mm-hmm.
can create more impact. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what my big reason to work, helping specifically coaches and trainers.
That's wonderful. And nowadays, like even I am able to see, although I don't have Instagram on my phone, but when I use Instagram on my laptop and all, so I am able to see that there are a lot of people, those who are trying to become trainers and coaches, and they are just having like 15 minutes recording, and then they are upselling all the things through their ads and all. So for the very new audience, because as a trainer and coach, we are able to understand that what is the intention of that front person. But if we are someone who is completely novice, then we get into that zone where we actually want to learn from that person, but that person is not having any good intentions, or he's there just to make money part and all. So how do we discriminate between the real trainers and coaches and the people those who are just becoming trainers and coaches, just selling their courses just to make money and all? So
So
have you
basically,
observed any?
you
Yeah.
I definitely that is one differentiate factor is what is your intention. Definitely, we all are here to do business.
Yes.
We are not here for definitely for only for charity, right? We're doing business so that we can make
Yes.
more money.
Mm-hmm.
But the intentions is different from different marketers.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just make money because उनको सब just पैसा कमाना है, so they can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
But that will not work for a long term. You can make money in a short term. You can make a lot of money in short term. But when it
Uh-huh.
comes to long term, what I believe is the intention to help a lot of people before even asking any money, you need to add some value first. That's where like, and that's why we invite for a free workshop or webinar or challenge where
Mm-hmm.
we give them a real value.
Yes.
Literally, I know sometimes I don't follow the marketing says that talk about only sorry what and uh, what and how as a coach, sorry, what and why, and
Mm-hmm.
tell sell them how. Okay,
Okay.
but
Uh-huh.
there are a lot of times if you attend my workshop, I talk about how also. Not all things, but I try to give them my best of best
Value.
thing in like how part in that webinar so that people get the test drive. Like जैसे कि हम जाते हैं कार लेने के लिए, we do the test drive, right? So
Yes.
we actually experience the real car. They don't give any fake car, right?
Yes.
So that's why like I give them experience about that how my paid program will be. And there's a lot to cover in my paid program. I
Yes.
can't cover it in 2 years, 2 hours,
Yes.
right?
That's true. And even
So yeah. So that's why like I believe my it is more about the intention, how you are serving. That's my approach of doing it. But
uh,
my approach is completely value driven. I
uh,
give value, then they test it, then they go for my paid program.
that's true. So even I
No.
think like the people, those who are actually trainers and coaches, and they have the good intent of serving people. As you mentioned, like it's like कि काफी सारे लोग ऐसे भी करते हैं कि they give lot of value in the webinar itself. और even for the new audience उनको लगता है कि यार ये webinar में ही क्यों value provide कर रहे हैं इतनी सारी. Like even lot of people have that doubt. And then lot of people mention, like trainers and coaches, they mention that we think in abundance and everything is in abundance. Even if you join our community, you can get the path. And even I think nowadays a lot of trainers and coaches are mostly focusing on the journey and the path rather than just achieving the goal, that the destination part. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
basically, what happens is they get the step-by-step action plan. Maybe in free training, there are a lot of things we share in my
mm-hmm.
YouTube channel or my content. I share those things, but those are scattered knowledge.
Yes.
You are watching me, you are watching other 10 people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come to my community, I'll be making you do step by step work and like, so what I do is even I like I do train I like I coach people. My coaching method is not just teaching them and giving them assignment to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I said I will not give any assignment to do it in homework as a homework.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make them do it. First, one day I say, today is no action, just learn. So one day they learn, and the next 5 day, every day I show up for a 30 minute,
Uh-huh.
and I give them some task to do it. Hey, today you need to take this step. So there are so many things to do in 1 week, but I chunk it into 5 days, small tasks. So what will happen is, so if they spend like 30 minutes for 5 days, that itself adding them 2.5 hours of
Yes.
work. Sometimes it goes to 3 hours also.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask some to want to work on 3 hours, they will not do it.
They'll not do it.
Stuck
Absolutely.
on every day. But when I chunk them to small tasks, they
Mm-hmm.
feel more more like happy that okay, we've done something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is a new method recently implemented, and it's working really good. People are getting results within 24 hours because when they know this is the exact thing we need to work, implement, get results.
Get
That's it.
results.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's great.
So that is the like something that I believe like helping people beyond what they never think about it also.
So even it's like the even you might have heard about this dialogue where a lot of people mention like XYZ person, he starts thinking from where you stop thinking. So it's like nowadays trainers and coaches, those who think in an abundant manner, they're actually trying strategies which we can't even think of, and they're getting results also, not just for themselves but for their students as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's amazing. And as you mentioned that you are specifically focusing on Instagram and Facebook, so
Hmm.
what are the back-end works you have did in Instagram and Facebook? Because now I've realized since last 1.5 years, there are a lot of changes, like technical changes, then software changes, then algorithm changes, which like I think it happens every single month or 3 months or whatever it is all about. So how do you be relevant every single time when you're posting on Instagram and Facebook?
See, what happens is a lot of people say this excuse that okay, algorithm changes, all this changes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it happens,
Yes.
but they changes for our betterment. Why they will we are doing business and we are making them like Facebook to get more and more people on Facebook. So
Yes.
why they will decrease your reach? So basically, what they do is they want like more realistic conversation rather than just pushing your content. 2000 till
Mm-hmm.
2016, Facebook, like the more content that you post, the more visibility that you will get,
Yes.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
After 2016, so when Mark Zuckerberg announced that there is a changes in algorithm where they need more people to start conversation around that topic,
Uh-huh.
engagement around the topic. So some people say, "Oh, I'm not getting visibility, I'm not like," but I have a post, I can show you there's at least 100, 200 comments and reactions, sometimes 400, 500 reactions happens to
Uh-huh.
my post. Why is that? Because I do a meaningful conversation with my audience.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to them. So people will, hey, I'm doing webinar, you register now. That is not what happens, right? We need to follow a system. So yeah, and we should not just talking about our niche specific stuff as a coach.
Uh-huh.
Talk about your life. What do you like most?
Mm-hmm.
Because somewhere I heard about that we need to build a brand, personal brand like Ratan Tata before you build a company brand which is Tata.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is what like matter most, like how well that you connect with your audience. That is what matter most over here. And copywriting matter most in terms of any social media channel. So if you understand the real marketing game, so you will
Mm-hmm.
not never able to fail any platform, whether it's a LinkedIn, whether it's a Facebook, but people they just focus on pushing their product. That is what um, matter most, the matter really not help them to grow.
Mm-hmm. So rather than just promoting the products and services, we should focus more on giving the value and connecting with people. As you mentioned about the example of Sir Ratan Tata. So you want to mention it in a way like you can correct me if I'm wrong. Like first, we need to connect with the people. and then
as
we
a
push
as a person
as a
who are
person.
you are you
Yes, who
who
we are.
how you do it means the personal brand. People should know आप क्या आप क्या लगता है, आप traveling में अच्छा लगता है, you read books, you
Mm-hmm.
do, you love watching cricket, what everything. What is your hobby, what is your
Uh-huh.
habits that you are following? Maybe you go to gym, love to do gym, so you will attract people like you only,
Yes,
right?
that's true.
Then they will connect with your topic.
Mm-hmm.
You are
That's
the
true.
point. So that is the main thing over here.
That's true. And as you mentioned about like Instagram and Facebook, and not just that, as you mentioned, like once we create a personal brand and we connect with people, and once we engage with people, so can you mention about some of the engagement activities which trainers and coaches specifically, or maybe for the overall audience as well, who are doing something like, let's assume they are building their personal brand or they're doing something else, but they want to reach out to the newer audience. So how do they engage with the audience? Like what are the different ways?
So then two things. One is finding out a new audience is different, and
Mm-hmm.
second thing is engagement is different. Starting from
Yeah.
let's suppose finding a new audience, you
Mm-hmm.
have to go to a place where you think your audience are spending the time. So now the
Uh-huh.
problem is a lot of people they don't know who they are. Okay, people who want this, no, you have to define that who is those people. That's why हम बोलते हैं ना मार्केटिंग में कस्टमर अवतार, niche
Yes.
clarity, ये सब चीज जरूरी है. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what they are, then it is very difficult um, to find out who they are actually, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so that's why like finding the audience is where you have to go to those places where they
Mm-hmm.
are active and connect them is like send them friend request or follow them or engage their post. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so you need to build like networking, how you build
Uh-huh.
network in offline space, that is
Yes.
also organic. Here
Mm-hmm.
also is organic. You have to build a connection over
Mm-hmm.
our social media. Second thing, engagement. You have to always talk about the pain points, the challenges, or the desires. Either people are running out of pain,
Uh-huh.
okay, they are moving out of pain, or they're moving towards the desire.
Yes.
They want to make money, they wanted to do a lifestyle. That is the
Uh-huh.
desire. They wanted to get rid of all the challenges or the pains. So these two, if you can connect your message with respect to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can, I think, can really attract good kind of type of people.
Okay, that's great. So first of all, like you differentiated that if it's a new audience, if we want to get new audience, so we should first define that what is our customer avatar,
Who is
which
a
are our
customer
niche,
tar? Yeah.
and where do we get those people, and then we
Yeah.
have to follow them, we have to send them friend request, and we have to connect with them the way we do in physical. Like we make friends,
Yeah.
we get in touch with them, we talk to them. Similar is what we have to do. And in terms of like once we have followed each other, we have to
Hmm.
engage on each other's post and we have to talk to each other so that we can understand what are the similarities, what are the dissimilarities, and based on that what is the front person's, like let's assume their pain points or their desires, so that if they are
Hmm.
from our category we can resolve them and we can help them in order to solve those problems, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
That's great. And as you mentioned about this one single factor, that even if we are becoming a trainer and a coach, mindset is something which plays a major role. And even this is what I've learned from my mentors as well. Like success in any endeavor of life is all about 80% psychology and 20% system or strategy, whatever it is all about.
Hmm.
So, how does, like as a trainer and a coach, what are the different things which we have to keep in mind in terms of mindset, in terms of psychology, so that we can achieve that sustainable growth? As you mentioned, like a lot of people are here just to make money for the short term period, and they can make a lot of money even in the short term. But if we want to sustain this journey for the longer period of time, so how do we keep our mindset? How do we shift our mindset towards that thing?
Okay, one mindset that I have been doing is the farming mindset rather than just hunting mindset. So
Mm-hmm.
like, just to think about the transaction. Okay, I'm so helping him. I need that sale right there. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
if you have, let's suppose having a one-to-one call like this, if
Mm-hmm.
I'll just come here to just like मुझे बस कैसे इसको काटना है, कैसे इसको सेल करना है, कैसे क्लोज करना है,
Mm-hmm.
that intention will not grow. You
Okay.
can't imagine from the starting journey, I have given away hundreds of call for free. Hey, I'm available for free if you need my help.
Mm-hmm.
So your 30-minute calendar link is here. And you can't imagine, I kept writing in my notebook that, okay, this person has this problem. Okay, I solve in this way. kept documenting all those problems and all this thing. Then suddenly I realized they don't buy in that moment also. Out of 100 people, you always think there are 3 to 5 people who will be ready to buy.
Yes.
And 15 to 20 people, you will see they are somewhere like interested, but they're not do now. I'm doing another course. I'm not having money. They're interested.
Yes.
They'll do like this. 80% or 75% of the people who are like, okay, silent is not for me. Some people are, okay, this is, I'm not wanted, I'm not interested, all these things. So, but what happens is when you, हमको लगता है कि if people are saying no for the first time, it means they're saying no for life. No.
Yeah.
People have said me no last year. They're now buying nine right now.
That's great.
Right. So sometimes the first thing is farming. Second thing is patience. Impatient with action, patience with result.
Impatient with action.
This
And
is now by Naval Ravikant, not by me.
Mhm.
Naval Ravikant, he's mentioned this: impatient with action, patient with
Result.
results.
That's amazing.
So we just keep complaining, I'm not getting, I'm not getting. So you are attracting this. Again, another learning here is law of attraction.
Yes.
So you will attract what you say. You say, oh, I'm not getting, I'm not getting. Like you keep just chanting that only. But instead of that, can we do some webinar every week, twice in a week, or once in a week? Do it a webinar. If you're a coach, do it a webinar for 52 weeks. I challenge you, after 52 webinar, you will not be the same, and your account will never be the same as today. Guaranteed.
Damn, that's
Take that level of challenge. People complain about, I'm not getting results. I said, maybe something there you need to work on your slides. Maybe something you need to work on yourself. I also cried sometimes in my journey when I made good money. Still, I cried because I said, like, I started doubting myself. But one of my coach helped me this: Sagar, don't doubt yourself. Nah, you don't have to figure it out everything by just 1 year journey or something. You have a whole life to do this, and you have built that mission for a whole life, not for 1 year or 6 months.
Yes, true.
Okay, so you have another mindset lesson is you have to be ready with all failures. Day before yesterday, what was my birthday, I was sharing 31 lessons. In that one lesson that I was talking about, do mistakes, do more mistakes, but never repeat the old mistake again.
Okay.
The more mistake that you will do, the more you realize that this is something you should avoid in the future. Now, people are not taking action, not actually doing this. How they will identify mistake?
That's true.
Another learning. Don't try to perfect your webinar without testing.
So testing is important rather than any perfection.
Perfection. So we perfection दुनिया में मैं ये branding color कर लूँ, पहले ये landing page बना लूँ, पहले इस system setup कर लूँ. These all these things they keep on doing it. This will automatically happen in this journey itself.
Yes.
So people are trying to perfect untested product.
So even yesterday I got this quotation that a lot of trainers and coaches do focus on the perfection part, but the fact is that during this journey, nothing is going to be perfect. You just have to go with the flow.
Let me tell you, no coach will give you the learning that you learn by doing the more mistakes.
Damn, that's good. Can you just repeat that again?
No coach, no course, no sales course. Yes, coach will help you more than that. You learn by doing more mistakes.
So
it's something that
mistakes.
Yeah, because when you do more mistake, you do it, you put yourself out in the market and you fail.
Yes.
That failure will give you so much of learning that is worth 10 courses. So we just keep signing off for the courses, but we don't have a courage to at least put some money into marketing. I said, stop right now. You have enough signed up so many courses. Sometimes we'll keep on buying courses, buying courses, buying courses. Think some magic wand will come and make change our life. But it's okay. Focus on one mentor for 1 year. Your life will be changed. And whatever that you money, wanted to put that one mentor, go to the top level, get the handholding support. And next what you need to do is simply just put, अगर कहीं पे भी तुमको साइनी ऑब्जेक्ट भी आ रहा है ना, say no कि no, 1 year तक no other courses, only courses that will help me right now to grow my business. Let's suppose right now I don't need any mentor. I need my mentor, but I'm investing more on working on a skills part. Let's suppose now, let's suppose for a coach you don't need more motivation.
Yes.
You need now, let's suppose you have done all the motivations for years, 2-3 years done. You need to put money into marketing, which is Facebook ads. You need to put money into team so that they can handle the maximum repeated task.
Uh-huh.
Now I used to comment all these things. Oh, thank you so much. All this, that will help me to make money. No, we have to focus on money making activities. Another things coaches do this mistake is they're like they spend a lot of time in Canva designing, what designing, which is, see, पूरा दिन हम time spend कर लेंगे, we can't make a good design.
Yeah.
But can you put little money like 500 rupees or 1000 rupees to give a expert, you can make it in 1 or 2 hours. अब फॉर होल डे का वर्थ कितना है आपका? अगर आप कोई जॉब में भी काम करते हो, लेट्स सपोज 30,000 मिल रहा है, 30,000 मिल रहा है, तो आपका पर डे का वर्क है 1,000 रुपीज, एंड यू कैन गेट इट डन बाय समवन हु इज 500 रुपीज. देयर इज अ ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी लॉस हियर. But in coaching industry, it is not just 30,000 rupees is the main income. You can make a lot of money. You can make 3 lakh. People are making 30 lakhs also. So you are losing out that potential by working on unproductive activities. So yeah, it is good to do it once, but I see a lot of people get stuck. Oh, मुझे ये design करके रखना है. My God, put that money into someone else and focus on marketing. And marketing your product. That is the most important thing that we need to focus.
That's great. So I think this part, even I'm going to watch again and again of the mindset things. And as you mentioned about marketing and sales part, and later on we will also come to the part of webinars, as you mentioned. So what are the different types of marketing? Because honestly speaking, even to me as well, before 2020, I have heard about this concept called as sales and marketing. But then I realized first it's all about marketing, how you do marketing about yourself, about your own personal brand, about your products and services, and then comes the sales part.
Sales part.
So what are the different types of marketing which trainers and coaches specifically can follow in order to get good quality results for themselves?
So first understand like difference between marketing and sales. So marketing is simple word, people where you generate inquiries.
Yes.
Or generate leads. Sales where you convert them to a paying customer. So you need to like to get inquiries. What you need to do? You need to put content. You need to do ads, or you need to do some kind of activity like story marketing. Nowadays, story marketing is really working good. Instagram, Facebook, not storytelling. Story marketing, like the story feature that happening. And we keep watching stories, right?
Yes.
Facebook stories, yes. WhatsApp stories, WhatsApp status update. WhatsApp status is nothing but the stories in Instagram and Facebook, right? Yes. We keep on watching. Now people are selling through stories.
So stories are nowadays
popular. People are like marketing through stories, yes or no. They're engaging, creating engaging stories, right? So these are the where you can generate inquiries. Some people say DM me this keyword, but I'll send you some lead, some PDF. What is that? That is the inquiries, right? Yes. It means the first stage of your making people the customer journey. They are just followers. Now they are become a lead. Yes. So this is called the marketing. You're marketing yourself. Sales is where you close them, whether webinar, one-to-one, all this method that you do it. So now ask me like what is the next question?
Yeah. So even diving deep into marketing, then I'll come back to the webinar part. Like as you mentioned about first they are our followers, and then they inquire for our products, services, or whatever.
They become a lead.
Yep. They become a lead, and then we can talk to them. We can convert them with
we can nurture them. We can give more value. We can invite them to our webinar. We can invite them to a free consultation call. If you're starting out, I have only 20-30 leads. We can invite them to a consultation call. From consultation call, we can give them some offer that hey, for next 3 months, for next 6 months, I'll be helping you all this thing.
So let's assume like there are a lot of people, those who are watching this podcast, and they're very new into training and coaching industry. So what should be their average? Let's assume the average outcome they can expect. Let's assume they have 1,000 followers. We are just taking example, and they're good quality followers. Like they are some part of them are our friends and followers, like family members and all, and others are what we have nurtured through our content and all. So let's assume from followers, how many people can inquire, like on an average? You might have observed through your.
On an average, see, if I see like I have 3,000 round leads. Okay. Organic, it will be 2,500 or something. So I have around 20,000 cumulative followers across all social media. So you can say like 10%, like how it is happening. They'll become leads. Out of that 10%, then out of that, maybe how much? Yeah, exactly. I think 250 clients I have, 260 or 270 clients are there. Another 10%, 15% are there for my clients. So that's why we need, if we need this much of clients, I need one client. So I need to have 10 prospects.
Yes.
To have a 10 prospects, I need to have 100 leads. So that's why we need to reverse engineer our process. So we keep complaining that we are not having sales, but have you discussed your offer to 10 people?
That's true.
No, then how you can expect sales? 10% is the worst case conversion. Worst case scenario, 10% or 5%. In case you are not good at all, just you don't know how to even talk to people. By showing your offer itself, people will buy. Let's say 5% to hoga at least.
Yes, that's true. So this is like, let's assume we are having 100 followers, out of which we can expect we can get 10 leads. And after nurturing them, after giving them value for free through webinars, through one-on-one consultation, we can expect that at least 1 or 2 people will get converted for sure. Even if we are bad into sales, we are bad into, let's assume, PPT making or even delivering the content, but still people will be eager to learn, and they want that solution. Rather they want like either they want to solve their pain point or they want to achieve their desires, right? That's cool. And getting back to the very last question, which is like a technical point itself, as we discussed about webinars part as well, so there are a lot of webinars which are in the marketplace. Like a lot of people are doing 20 minutes, like in the form like video sales funnel. Then they are doing like 60 minutes webinar, 90 minutes webinar, and some people are also having like 3 hours workshop or maybe 2 days 3 hours workshop and all. So nowadays, like because of you can consider very less attention span, what is the one thing which has worked for you and for your audience as well, and maybe your clients as well, as you mentioned?
So specific to which context?
I'm mentioning about training and coaching itself. Let's assume we are trainers and coaches. So what are the different like webinar modules you have tried personally, and what has worked best for you, and what people should ideally follow?
So you're saying like what type of the one-to-many selling strategies, webinar, workshop?
Yeah, I'm talking about webinar.
Okay, webinar.
Yeah.
So what are the tips basically worked for me? That is something you're asking?
Yes, I'm talking like there are a lot of webinar models also, like 60-minute webinar, then 90 minutes, and a lot of people are doing 120 minutes as well.
Okay, so basically that is actually what happens is 90 minutes is the standard, universal standard, and nobody, like it is just somebody created, it worked. 90 minutes, people say that. Now webinar is also 10 minutes also there, automated webinar, book a call, something that is also their webinar. Some people call it a master class, some people call it a workshop. I do it a workshop model. Okay, so it depends, like 90 minutes is the ideal time where you can talk about the 3 secrets, 15 minutes, 3 secrets, and 15 minutes of your storytelling. 1 hour you should be completing everything, teaching things. The next 15 minutes you give the sales pitch. The next 15 minutes Q&A or closing or follow-up, all these things you will do. So 90 minutes is the ideal time to sell your products.
And even after like reducing the attention span, because nowadays a lot of people are not patient enough in order to sit for the next 90 minutes, and they just text in the chat box of the webinars that what's the end of what's the next step. We don't want to spend 60 minutes and all. So what should we do at that scenario?
No problem. You should go with, if they don't have the patience to listen for 1 hour, They'll
Hmm.
not listen to your coaching things
That's true.
also.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's true.
So we need serious people. Sometimes you have to unsell things. If you are not committed, you can leave it right now.
Hmm. That's true.
The one context setting that part I talk about that. So are we all committed for 100% for this?
Hmm.
If you think that you are not able to give your 90 minutes, I
Hmm.
would not I would not suggest to stay here. It is not offense to you, but I really respect your time because
Hmm.
I don't want to give you half knowledge. Whenever you are ready, you can come again and attend more time. So that's why that is I simply communicate them with a clear message and they drop off.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. So even with that, like they will not get hurt, and they will think
Yeah.
like, yes, the person
Honestly
who is
उनको बोल दो
delivering.
कि I really respect your time. I don't
Hmm.
want to give you half knowledge in 1 hour, maybe 15 minutes, then you leave. But if
Hmm.
you really committed for 90 minutes and I really wanted to serve you, because whatever something I'm going to share with you, it is not something actually for free. I've given you for free, but it
Hmm.
is not actually for free. So that's why I respect your time because your time is valuable asset
Yes.
in your life. It is not something that you can create
Hmm.
as you want by selling, giving money. That's
Hmm.
why I would highly recommend you can drop out right now.
That's true. And now getting back to the personal life of you, like right now we have discussed about sales and marketing, and we've also discussed about trainers and coaches, how they can work on their Instagram, how they can engage with their audience. And now getting back to your life, so like, can you give me like a definition of what is the actual definition of money according to you? Because this is like a personal question which I do ask to every single guest on our podcast.
Money, I think it is energy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because it is energy exchange. Because what I've seen when I don't charge money, I just give value them. It is good then to good like feel good factor happens to the other person. But
Mm-hmm.
what I feel is people forgets very easily.
Yeah, that's true.
People forgets they don't remember you much. Very real people, very rare and good people. I don't hurt anybody people, but when you give for free, so they really very less people who are actually careful,
Mm-hmm.
very less, and they get results. I've seen people get results, and sometimes they will not even give you the acknowledgement also,
That's true.
maybe because of that one learning they got results. I'm not seeking just acknowledgement, but what I feel is maybe it is same applies to me also,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't value somebody value. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it is a human nature. We can't control anything. That's why
Mm-hmm.
like when we actually pay somebody, okay, that's why they pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
they take action, they
And
value
then they get
your,
results.
they get result.
Mm.
And when it is not just paying or paying attention, people paid me, they never showed up in my call.
That's true.
So when you pay enough, you'll pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
not just paying. Okay, paying that same 5,000 rupees from someone is different from somebody else.
Yes.
Somebody is giving that money when they don't have any money. Maybe some
Mm.
people have a lot of money, so 5,000 में क्या जाता है?
Yes,
I
true.
personally message people, call people कि क्यों नहीं आते हो? ये हो गया, वो हो गया, बहुत सारे excuses, all things. Even
Mm-hmm.
by paying also. So when you pay enough, that's why you love most that mentor where you paid most money.
Yes.
That is what happens to everybody. Okay, that's why like
That's
you
true.
charge more.
Mm-hmm.
Don't if you have definitely it's good to have a low ticket offer at the front end, but you should have a premium value offer where people really value your thing.
That's
Recently, I did this one thing, just like how people actually differentiate. I do a challenge called 7-day Facebook Live challenge where I teach all of my learnings about Facebook Live journey because I did 365 days Facebook Live.
yes.
Now, what happens is I did it with only free audience.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody excited to join this. 20-30 people started out of 100 people registered. So the action also drop in the first task itself. पैसा तो नहीं दिया क्या जाता है
True.
ठीक है you can imagine same thing applied to my paid community 22 people completed out of 24 people which is 91% completion rate.
Amazing. That's really amazing.
That's
So,
why we should charge what you worth.
that's true. So even this is like a breakthrough moment for a lot of trainers and coaches as well. Like they resist to charge and they resist to sell
Yeah,
as well. Even
Yeah.
this is what I like, what I'm learning since last 1 year as well, that selling is equals to service. Like if you're
Yeah.
not charging people, as you mentioned, like the time you pay, the people, those who pay, they pay attention. And once they pay attention, and even as you mentioned, the people, those who pay enough, they pay more attention,
More
and then they
attention.
take action, and then they get results. And even as you mentioned, the analogy where people, those who don't have money, still they are arranging that money and they are paying you back. Those are the people, those who can actually get more value, and they will pay full attention, and they will get results, rather than the people those are already having money and they don't care about the money part, or they are just busy in some other things as well. So that was also a breakthrough moment for me. And like as you got featured into this book called as I Can Coach by our mentor itself, so how was your journey so far? And like, can you just share a
How
bit
I got
about how was,
featured?
yeah, how you got featured and how was that experience?
I got featured by just writing a blog in ILH community, and
Mm-hmm.
where Siddharth has this option to write a own story, how
Uh-huh.
this ILH help you. So uh, my journey, online journey started even before ILH. So that's I mentioned like
Yes.
I trained by I was promoting Russell Brunson products. So Russell Brunson being my first inspiration in
Mm-hmm.
online industry, he gives me this knowledge of doing this. And a lot of other people actually helped me in this journey to grow my business. When I actually come to ILH, actually my product launched. Before that, I was not able to launch my product, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why the breakthrough moment started. And I think everything is connected, that dot from doing Facebook Live. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why, because that the topic of that particular book, sorry, that particular chapter is how Facebook Live helped me to build my own tribe. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, so that's why I learned organic marketing also.
Yeah, that's true.
So from that it inspired a lot of people. Then I got a message from Roop that your story is selected, so would you like to get featured? I said, yeah, why not? So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the blessing moment. I have been trying to write a book, but I never got a chance, or maybe never. I procrastinate a lot. Still, I'm procrastinating. But
Mm-hmm.
thanks to my mentor Siddharth, he has this idea to launch this book as a co-author.
And even through your own journey, as you mentioned about 365 days of complete live every single day on
Hmm.
Facebook. So what made you inspired? Although like this was not a part of the question. After this, we only have last two questions. So what inspired you to be disciplined for a whole year? Like that is 365 days. What was the main inspiration behind that?
I think it was not that easy. Even I don't ask any of my
Mm-hmm.
students to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But see, like, maybe you can automate some content. But that point of time, I was lacking a lot of resources. But I made myself resourceful because I was planned to do podcast,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which is like just voice dalo or ho gaya. So I did some 15-20 podcasts, and I started asking myself, कितने दिन तुम छुप छुप के काम करोगे? पॉडकास्ट डाल दिया और उसको प्रमोट भी नहीं किया, तो तुम पॉडकास्ट डाल रहे हो, ऐसे थोड़ी
Mm-hmm.
कोई लोग आ जाएंगे.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Then go do some hard work. I think okay, now let's do YouTube. Then suddenly says यार YouTube में, वो घर पे मैं कर रहा था तो एक हॉटस्पॉट से करता था. हॉटस्पॉट 5 मिनट में खत्म हो जाता है अगर वो
Yeah.
लंबा वीडियो अपलोड कर दोगे
Mm-hmm.
तो 1 GB 1.5 GB डेटा रहता है पर डे, तो वो भी खत्म हो जाता था.
Mm-hmm.
देन अगेन मैंने पूरा 1 साल हॉटस्पॉट से ही किया मैंने. पूरा बिजनेस है ना, एफिलिएट मार्केटिंग बिजनेस, कॉलिंग, कोचिंग कॉल, ये सब करता था हॉटस्पॉट से ही. But I was not complaining that I don't have Wi-Fi to do it. I don't have Wi-Fi to do all this YouTube stuff. YouTube, I was not able to do it. I was just recording something on Zoom and just uploading it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did is, okay, what is something that I can do it without so much of internet bandwidth? It's a
Mm-hmm.
life. I remember in Expert Secret book, Russell Brunson mentioned about this line that if you do something for a 365 days, every single day, with a consistency, pick any platform or pick any format,
Mm-hmm.
and you will not be worried about the money again. I said, this is something I want. I want to leave my job and I want to make it possible. I asked 6 months to my parents, and they given me 6 months time to prove myself that what I can do it. But I made good money after 3 months itself, because thanks to my mentor, they have actually helped me a lot. I always believe in hiring a mentor. अगर कोई मेरे से 2-3 step आगे है, because the person who I learned, he was a 10 CR or $1 million. He's a foreigner, definitely. But I believe in, okay, if I can do it. I can try and test by myself. I can do it. Within maybe another 2-3 years लगेगा, मैं कर लूंगा. बट अगर मुझे वो 3 साल का जर्नी को मुझे श्रिंक करके 1 year तक लाना है, what I need to do is I need to go to a mentor, hire him, and I say, coach me, and I'll completely surrender to you for next 1 year. So I did that, and that's what the completely shifted.
So hiring a mentor and surrendering to that person is what can help us.
Yeah. And sometimes we feel, okay, यार इस ये strategy मेरे लिए काम नहीं कर रहा. We keep doubting ourselves, but every time it backfires me. Every time I come back to Siddharth itself, because everything I tried, and by signing up, because a lot of people spend lot more money in SOS, the shiny object syndrome. Okay. shiny object syndrome में इतना पैसे डाल देते हैं, अगर वो पैसे मैं मार्केटिंग में डाल दूंगा ना, मैं बहुत जल्दी ग्रो कर जाऊंगा. But that is human tendency. We can't stop ourselves take that step. हमको लगता है कि FOMO. अभी recently मैंने एक चीज सीखा. We should be learning about the JOMO, joy of missing out.
Yeah. That
FOMO.
lot of things are gonna miss out during the journey.
हाँ, वो मिस आउट होगा आपको. जैसे मार्केटिंग मैसेज ऐसे डिजाइन किया जाता है कि आपको सेल करने के लिए, है ना. बट नॉट ऑल द मार्केटिंग मैसेज आर डिलीवरिंग देयर प्रॉमिस.
Yes, that's true.
Marketing message good for making them sell for them, but a lot of people struggle after seeing the value inside. Okay. So yeah,
that's true. And now getting back to the
getting back to that message, there's no motivations. It is my self motivations. I did it while I was I'm serving my brother in hospital. I did it in my best friend wedding. The only thing is, the only motivation that is keeping me thing is, I have to serve my community. That is the first mission. I can't cheat them because I've committed for them. So accountability is the key.
Yes.
Your best accountability partner is not that जिसके साथ आप accountability रखते हो. वो बोलते चलो कोई बात नहीं, चलो. But आपका जो audience है ना, वो सबसे बड़ा accountability है. I keep announcing that, hey, I will be doing 365-day challenge. So every live I used to write 122 live / 365. So I know what is my goal. एक दिन मैं मिस कर दूंगा. सो कभी कभी रात को 2 बजे में फेसबुक लाइव किया, एंड 11 बजे मेरे स्टूडेंट्स, सॉरी मेरे ऑडियंस को मैसेज आ जाता है, सागर भाई आज नहीं कर रहे हो क्या फेसबुक लाइव. सो आई हैव दैट लाइव. सो ऑडियंस इज कीपिंग मी अकाउंटेबल. दे आर वेटिंग फॉर माय फेसबुक लाइव. फर्स्ट 100 days देयर वाज नोबडी वाचिंग. पीपल से क्यों इतना मेहनत कर रहा है, कोई वॉच नहीं कर रहा. बिकॉज first 100 days you are not doing for them, you are doing for yourself, doing for your growth. How much that you have grown from day number 1 to day number 100. अगर मैं सोचो कि मैं डे नंबर 10 में गिव अप कर देता, शायद हम यहाँ पे बात नहीं करते.
That's true.
हम वो गिव अप कर लेते हैं. 100 days में एक बंदे ने मुझे आके बोला कि सागर, I have seen every life but I never given a comment or likes. But don't think that I'm not watching you. And that person bought immediately without any asking any offer or something. Well, like, if you are committed for your growth, I know you'll be committed for my growth also.
That's
Please
true.
give me a payment link. I want to pay.
That's true.
So sometimes we feel nobody's liking, nobody's commenting, but people are silently watching you.
And even this is what I realized, like, even if people are not commenting or liking our
You are
posts,
doing this podcast, man. You can't imagine people will discover maybe 100th episode.
Yes.
Maybe 150th episode, that who is Sahil.
That's true.
Then they will go back to your episode number 1.
That's true.
But you should not stop here. You keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it until they will discover you.
That's true. And even this is like the breakthrough moment for me as well, that consistency and discipline is the key, and we should keep our audience
impatience with actions, patience with result.
That's true.
भगवद गीता में वही बोला जाता है कि काम पे फोकस करो, फल की चिंता मत करो. इसका मतलब वही है कि फल की तो चिंता करना है, बट वी एनग्रॉस्ड आवरसेल्फ सो मच कि रिजल्ट नहीं आ रहा, रिजल्ट नहीं आ रहा, वी reduce the quality of our input.
That's true. हम
हम
एक्शन लेते हैं
प्रोसेस,
बेस्ड ऑन
हाँ
व्हाट रिजल्ट वी वांट.
हाँ, वो रिजल्ट वी वांट, बट एक्शन लेना है कि उस एक्शन को सही तरीके से डिलीवर करना है.
That's true.
अगर मुझे वेबिनार सेल नहीं आया, अभी भी मुझे रिजल्ट नहीं आते कभी कभी, एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट, बट that doesn't mean that I'll stop webinar. I'll see, okay, what is something I can improve next? And you can imagine, I learn and I work more on the day I don't get result
Rather than the
then
days you get results.
I get results. जिस दिन रिजल्ट आ गया, अरे हम तो भगवान है यार, हम सीख गए सब कुछ, वो हेड के अंदर चला जाता है. हम सक्सेस गेट इन टू हेड. सूर्यन बोलता है ना कि डोंट लेट सक्सेस गेट टू योर हेड एंड फेलियर टू योर हार्ट, है ना. सो फेलियर जब मिला, I really go back to my slides and see where I can improve on. I start working more on that. So sometimes failures are the blessings for us. So yeah,
learning from the lessons as well and learning from the failures as well, and even
yeah,
as you mentioned about like learning from our own failures and all, even I think few months back I learned that rather than let's assume like we are starting off our journey, rather than making a lot of mistakes on our own, like even though we are hiring a mentor, we are doing the coaching calls and all, we can also learn from somebody else lessons also. We can learn from their success stories as well. But I think as you mentioned, you're forcing more on the failure part as well. And even during my own journey as well, I have realized a lot of things, that rather than focusing on somebody else's success, learning from them, once we are going through that failure part while taking action, even that is the thing. uh, it's not about like success and failure, it's also about experience thing, and what we feel and how do we get out of that particular situation, and how do we take further action again, like again after that. That's what
yeah.
I feel, that builds the real character. And like this is the very last question with which I would like to end this podcast. Like any last advice for the youngsters, or let's assume the people, those who are now getting into the journey of training and coaching, what would be your advice for those people?
I always ever advise this line: this care for your people. People will start caring for you.
So this is like to the point within one statement. And I think this statement itself is having a lot of deep meanings as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. And once again, it was an honor for me. Thank you so much, Sagar sir, for being on our podcast show. And I think the
Thank you so much.
audience has got a lot of value. And below this video, we are gonna share you can consider all the links for Instagram, Facebook, and other social handles. You can definitely check out his profile and his programs as well, and definitely the link for the book as well, I Can Coach. And once again, thank you so much, Sagar sir, for being on our podcast show. It's an honor for me, and looking forward to meet you once again in physical, and even have some another initiatives as well. And anything else which you would like to add?
I think thank you so much, Sahil, for inviting me. You're doing awesome job. Keep doing it. This can take you to the next level. Just don't stop.
Yeah,
Just
thank you
keep
so much.
doing it.
Yeah.
Don't expect any results. Just keep doing it. Keep talking. Keep doing it. Even if you don't get views on this podcast, but you learn so much by interacting with these people.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
This
Thank you so
process
much.
is best rather than just expecting some good views, or all these views will definitely happen, but just keep doing it. That's my message for all of you.
Thank you so much, and looking forward for new initiatives. And once again, thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much for watching this particular podcast till the end. And I hope that as a trainer and a coach, you are now absolutely clear about how you can grow organically. And not just that, but how you can use marketing and sales in your own favor in order to expand into your life. And not just that, but to serve more and more people and to make a bigger difference in this particular world. And not just that, but even if you're someone who is not into training and coaching space, but you have watched this particular podcast till the end, then I hope that you have got clarity about what is the importance of consistency and discipline. And not just that, but how you can build that consistency, how you can build that particular discipline. And if you enjoyed this particular podcast show, then make sure you tag him. That is Sagar Sangam Sahu sir from this is from bottom of my heart. This is the request from bottom of my heart, that if you like this particular video, then make sure you take snapshots and tag him on Instagram. You can tag me as well, and it would be an honor for me to reshare all those stories and to listen to all your breakthroughs, and you can consider all those popcorn moments from this particular podcast as well. And if you like this particular podcast, make sure you share this podcast with at least one friend of yours whom you feel that this can help them out. And looking forward to see you in upcoming new initiatives. Till then, live fully, love openly, and make the difference today. I wish you joy and abundance in all you do.